Back to the channel where we dive deep into the stories that shape us, the ones that make us laugh, cry, and grow. Today I'm sharing something super personal. It's not just a review or a quick tip. It's my raw, unfiltered journey with a book that's touched millions, but felt like it was written just for me. The 5 Love Languages, The Secret to Love That Lasts by Gary Chapman. If you've ever felt unloved, even when someone was trying so hard, or wondered why your relationships keep hitting the same walls, stick around. This story might just change how you see love. And trust me, by the end, you'll want to grab that quiz and figure out your own language. Let's jump in. Picture this. It's a rainy Tuesday evening in my mid-20s. I'm sitting alone in my tiny apartment, staring at a half-eaten pizza that's gone cold. My boyfriend of 3 years just left, again. Not for another woman, not because of some big fight, but because I felt like I was screaming into a void. I'd cook his favourite meals, leave little notes saying how amazing he was, but he'd brush it off with a quick hug and head out to hang with friends. And me? I'd spend hours planning surprise dates, thinking that showed I cared. But deep down, I felt invisible. Unloved, like all my efforts were landing on deaf ears. That night, tears streaming down my face, I wondered, why does love feel so one-sided? Why can't I make it work? Little did I know, the answer was hiding in a simple book that would unravel my entire world. Growing up, I didn't have a roadmap for this stuff. My family was loving in their own way, but mismatched, like a puzzle with pieces from different sets. Dad was the king of acts of service. He'd fix my bike without me asking, or mow the lawn extra early so Mom could relax. That was his love language, as I'd later learn, doing things to show he cared. But Mom? She thrived on words of affirmation. She'd light up from a simple, "You look beautiful today," or a thank you note. Me, as the oldest kid, I was sandwiched in the middle. I remember holidays where Dad would spend all day in the kitchen whipping up a feast, expecting us to feel the love through the full bellies. But Mom would sit quietly, waiting for someone to say, "This is incredible, thank you." And I'd be there, craving quality time, a board game night or a walk in the park where we could just talk without distractions. Instead, we'd eat in silence, tensions simmering, no one yelled. It was just off. That subtle disconnect planted seeds of confusion in me early on. I thought love was supposed to be effortless, like in the movies. But by my teens, I was already navigating friendships that fizzled because I didn't get why my bestie never responded to my gushy texts, even though I'd pour my heart out. Fast forward to college. The glory days, or so they say. I met Sarah, my first real best friend. We bonded over late-night study sessions and shared dreams of travelling the world. I showed love by giving her small gifts, a coffee mug with an inside joke or a playlist of songs that reminded me of her. Receiving gifts was my way of feeling connected. It was tangible proof that someone thought of me. But Sarah? Her love language was physical touch. She'd hug everyone goodbye, link arms while walking to class. When I didn't reciprocate those casual touches, she pulled away. "You never seem affectionate," she'd say. I'd defend myself. "I got you that necklace last week." We'd argue, and eventually the friendship faded. I felt rejected, like I wasn't enough. Then came my first serious relationship with Alex. He was the quality time guy, always wanting to binge-watch shows or hike together. I'd try, but my job kept me buried in work, and I'd compensate with words, "I love you so much, you're my everything." He'd nod, but his eyes said otherwise. We broke up after a year, and I was left heartbroken, questioning if I was just unlovable. These weren't dramatic blow-ups. They were quiet erosions, the kind that chip away at your soul. Universal, right? We've all had that friend who ghosts after you put in all the effort, or that partner who says they love you but it doesn't feel real. It was during a particularly low point, post-breakup with Alex, that I stumbled upon the 5 love languages. I was scrolling through a bookstore app, back when apps were just starting to boom, looking for anything on relationships. A friend had mentioned it in passing, saying it was a Christian book, but not preachy. Skeptical, I downloaded the sample. Gary Chapman, a pastor with years of counselling couples, explained something revolutionary. We all have a primary way we give and receive love, like speaking different languages. If you're fluent in English, but your partner speaks French, your I love yous get lost in translation. The 5 languages? Words of affirmation, verbal appreciation, Acts of service, helpful actions, receiving gifts, thoughtful tokens, quality time, undivided attention, and physical touch, hugs, hand-holding. And get this, it's simple. He includes a quick 30-question quiz at the back. No therapy degree needed, just check boxes like, do you feel most loved when someone helps with chores? Boom. Instant insight. I took the quiz that night. Heart pounding. My top language? Receiving gifts. It explained everything. The notes from Mom that fell flat because she preferred words, Dad's fixes that I appreciated but didn't fill my tank like a surprise flower would. Sarah's hugs made sense now. I wasn't ignoring her. I just didn't speak touch. Alex's quality time bids? I was speaking words, but he needed presence. It was like a light bulb exploded in my brain. The simplicity hit me hard. No complicated psychology, just a metaphor anyone could grasp. Chapman drew from his own marriage. He valued words, his wife acts of service. They'd argue until he learned her language. Relatable? Absolutely. It mirrored my life so perfectly that I felt seen for the first time. Sold over 20 million copies? No wonder. It's not fluffy advice, it's a tool that makes you go, oh, that's why. Armed with this, I dove back into dating. Enter Mike, the man who'd become my husband. We met at a coffee shop. Cliché, I know, but sparks flew. Early on, things were great. I'd give him compliments galore, words for me too sometimes, and he'd respond with back rubs, his physical touch love. But 6 months in, cracks showed. I'd plan elaborate date nights, quality time attempt, but he'd zone out on his phone. I'd feel neglected and lash out. You don't care! He'd counter, I just fixed your car last week. Classic mismatch. One night after a fight, I sat him down with the book. Let's take the quiz together, I said. His top language? Acts of service. Mine? Gifts with a side of quality time. We laughed at first. How had we missed this? But then we committed to speaking each other's languages. I started asking for help with laundry without expecting praise. He'd leave me little notes or pick up my favourite chocolate on his way home. It wasn't magic overnight, but the fights lessened. We felt heard. Chapman talks about filling each other's emotional tank, and ours started refilling. Studies even back it. Couples using the model report better communication. For us, it saved our engagement. Weddings are stressful, but knowing his need for touch meant more hand-holding during planning. My gifts language got satisfied with thoughtful vows. Today, 10 years married, we still reference it. Simplicity wins. That quiz is like a relationship GPS. But here's where the book shines brightest. It's not just for romance. Its broad applicability blew my mind. Take my family. After Mike and I got hitched, I revisited those childhood dynamics. At a family reunion, tensions boiled. Dad slaving over the grill, Mom silent, siblings bickering. I pulled everyone aside for a casual chat. Hey, ever heard of love languages? We did a group quiz over dessert. Dad's acts of service confirmed, Mom's words. My brother? Physical touch. He's the hugger. Suddenly it clicked. Instead of resenting Dad's efforts, Mom started saying, thank you, that means the world. He beamed. I shared quality time with my sister through walks, no phones. Fights that used to drag on for days, resolved in hours. It healed old wounds, making holidays joyful. And friends? Oh man. I reconnected with an old pal, Lisa, who drifted away. Her language, quality time, mine, gifts. We text endlessly, my words attempt, but she needed coffee meetups. One invite later, we're closer than ever. The book applies to every bond. It's why sequels for singles, teens, and workplaces exist. No matter your stage, it fits. Parenting took it to another level. When our first kid, Emma, arrived, exhaustion hit. Mike and I were zombies, snapping over chores. But applying the languages? Game changer. Emma's showing early signs of words of affirmation. She melts at I'm proud of you. We praise her drawings and she beams. For Mike's acts, I handle bedtime so he can unwind. And at work, I was in a toxic office job, feeling undervalued. My boss barked orders, acts for him, but I needed affirmation. Learning his language, I started helping with reports without fanfare. In return, he gave feedback that filled my tank. Promotions followed. A co-worker struggling with her team's morale borrowed the book. We did a mini workshop, Languages of Appreciation for the Office Edition. Morale soared, conflicts dropped. It's universal. Friends, family, colleagues. Love languages bridge gaps everywhere. Chapman expanded it wisely with apps like Love Nudge for reminders, e.g., text your partner a compliment today. That's the brand savvy. turning a 1992 book into a global empire with podcasts, conferences, and quizzes online. Over 50 languages translated, billions of TikTok views on Love Language Test. Remember when Oprah endorsed it? Or celebs like on Love Island asking, "What's your love language?" It penetrated culture because it's practical, not gimmicky. Why does this book succeed so wildly? For me, it's the relatability. It nails those universal struggles, feeling unloved despite trying. In a world of high divorce rates and lonely hearts, it offers hope. Love isn't about grand gestures. It's learning a new dialect. The accessibility? That quiz takes 5 minutes, but lifetimes to master. Broad reach means it evolves with you. New parents prioritize acts over touch amid sleep deprivation. Cultural buzz keeps it fresh. I saw a viral video where a couple reconciled mid-argument by shouting languages. And the expansion? Apps track progress, newsletters share stories. It's not a one-off, it's a lifestyle. Sold 20 million because it works. My life, once a series of miscommunications, is now full of connection. From that rainy night to family laughs and work wins, it's transformed everything. So what's your love language? Pause this, grab the book or hit the free online quiz. It's everywhere. Comment below, words, acts, gifts, time or touch. Share your story. Maybe it sparks someone's breakthrough. If this resonated, like, subscribe and hit the bell.